back to Marvel Live from New York Comic Con 2014, brought to you by Marvel Contest of Champions. I am, of course, Lorraine Sink, and we have a very special guest right now on Marvel Live. It's you. Oh. It's our CCO, Joe Quesada. You're kind of the king of the con.
No. Not by a long shot, no.
But you are a very busy man.
I'm busy, yeah, but, you know.
What have you been doing thus far?
Lunch.
Just lunch?
Just lunch before this.
Oh, that's the hardest part.
I don't have anything in my teeth, do I?
I hope I don't either, because I just have lunch too. So yesterday, big announcement for Marvel. You guys have had it under wraps for 4 years. Can you tell us a little bit about Secret Wars from your side of things?
You know, it's been a project. It's been a long time in the making. You know, we knew we were getting here. We're incredibly excited about it, and you know, things are going to be shaken up. You know, but you know, it has been a secret, because it is a secret war. But no, listen, you know, Jonathan Hickman has been the architect of this thing for a very long time. And quite frankly, I'm glad we're here, because we've been going to creator summits for years now, where we've been talking about Secret War. And I'm sure Jonathan is thrilled to also get past, you know, the point where we're actually talking about the story and actually delivering the story to fans. So we're really excited about it.
So what else is coming up for you guys? You have a bunch of panels. You have your own panel. What other kinds of things are you looking forward to for the con?
Well, you know, I'm actually looking forward to my next panel. It's happening, well, first of all, we're doing the 75th anniversary signing in a little while, which is very, very cool. And then I'm doing a panel, I think it's called the Marvel Friendly Neighborhood panel, which is a panel with a bunch of great creators about all the street level characters, you know. So it's people like Tom DeFalco, Mark DeMatteis, Anna Senti, who's one of my all-time favorite Daredevil writers, who I've never, ever met. And Mark Bagley's there, Rick Leonardi's there, Jerry Conway's there, another one of the great all-time Spider-Man writers who I recently got to meet about a year ago. So yeah, that's gonna be a really fun panel. I get to moderate that one. And then, you know, we've got Cup of Joe tomorrow. Tonight we've got the big S.H.I.E.L.D. panel, so Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tomorrow we have our Marvel's Daredevil panel.
Ooh, yeah, which I know everybody's going to be freaking out about on the interwebs.
Yes, of course. But that, you know, when it comes to stuff that I've been involved with, those are, you know, involved in a lot of things. You know, so the Daredevil Netflix show, obviously the Marvel movie slate, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., our animation slate, and a whole bunch of other secret projects that are coming up, including the upcoming Big Hero 6 movie for Disney. So.
That's right. Now, they had a big panel yesterday.
They did.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It was amazing. You know, the guys showed, man, they showed a lot, actually. I was surprised how many clips they actually showed. And the audience went nuts. It was just amazing, because, you know, I've been watching this thing from the very beginning, when they were first putting pencil to paper or digital pencil to digital paper. And it was amazing to finally see an audience outside of sort of the Disney screening process, an audience of people who've never seen this react to it, and it was just phenomenal. You know, there was a screening last night that I was unable to attend, but I heard that went ridiculously well too. So this movie's gonna be hugely successful.
Yeah, yesterday I heard nothing but buzz about Big Hero 6. It was really exciting. Now, you mentioned earlier that you were meeting all of these Marvel legends. Do you still get that feeling? I mean, you're so important within Marvel.
I don't. It's funny, because you know, I don't think any of us who work at Marvel see it that way. You know, so yeah, we always look at the people that produce the books that we respect in that way. You know, and I still do. You know, it doesn't matter what era they come from, whether there's somebody working today or someone working from the past that just does amazing breakthrough work. If they're a talent that I respect, I'm just always kind of in awe of it. You know, it's still magic to me when somebody creates something from nothing.
Oh, I love that so much. And we do have people asking lots of questions. So pardon me while I look at this Twitterverse for a moment. We have somebody asking. Let's see here. Someone is asking if you allow international internships for Marvel. I'm not sure if you're the right person to ask for that, but I don't know that we do.
I don't think we do, because I think our internships have to be for college credit, so it's probably domestic. You know, I would assume, but I can't speak with any sort of any real authority on that fact. You know.
I know Tom Brevoort started, I believe, as an intern. When did you start with Marvel?
I started with Marvel when my company, Event Comics, was hired to do Marvel Nights for Marvel, and that was right around 1997. And we started producing the Marvel Nights lines of books. So I started as a contractor for Marvel, but realistically speaking, I started freelancing for Marvel in the probably early to mid 90s. I started coming in and doing some cover work, some occasional freelance interior work, but really started doing hardcore work for Marvel around 97. Then I was hired away from my company in 2000 to become editor-in-chief of Marvel. And so I've been a full-time employee since 2000.
That is so amazing. You've done so much stuff. Now, we have some other big events happening, like right now in comics we have Axis and we have Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I know we have probably some things coming out in panels very soon.
Yes.
But what can you share with us thus far?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You have to come to the panels.
Please?
No, you got to come to the panels and see. You know.
Ah, shucks.
But you know, listen. If either if you're in New York, you got to be here. If you're not in New York, then go to marvel.com. It's really right.
Right.
Come here.
Marvel.com/NYCC 2014.
As it happens, you will find out here if you're not here. But
Yeah.
be here.
Be
Get
here.
on a plane.
It's better.
Horseback. Anything. Dune buggy. Does anybody
Dune
ride?
buggy?
Does anybody ride a dune buggy? I don't know.
I do those exist after 1975? Maybe. It could be a thing. You can keep tweeting us questions, just hashtag #MarvelNYCC, and we'll answer them live right here on the show. So what influences you as a head of Marvel? What draws you to certain new talents? We have a lot of questions coming in about being a creator. What draws you to a new artist in particular?
Just anybody who's got a unique voice. Anybody who is creating from a unique perspective, and usually that perspective is one in which you're true to yourself. And I always tell, whether you're a writer, whether you're an artist, draw what you know and write what you know. But the key to that is knowing a lot. And getting out there and experiencing a lot. If you're someone who sequesters themselves and you just shelter yourself and you live your life just behind a computer and on social media and all, well, that's great. But at the end of the day, you're not really experiencing a lot of life, and you're not experiencing what it means to interact with the world and with friends and with people and with just the world in general. And that limits you, and it limits your world experiences, which you can then bring to your work. And I find that people that are the most creative, that can actually do work that resonates with a larger group in whole, are people who have had those sort of experiences, who then can bring that to their work. So I always tell people, go out there, learn as much as you can, experience as much as you can, and then bring that honestly bring that into your work, and you'll find that will resonate probably better with anybody, not just with editors, but with the audience that you're trying to reach out to as well.
I love that. I love that so much. And now, gosh, you're such a busy man. You have to look over so many things. You also have Marvel Animation Panel coming up today. We have lots of shows on Disney XD. And something that I really love is you have the whole Spider-Verse storyline coming to Ultimate Spider-Man on Disney XD. How did that come about?
It came about just by the fact that Dan Slott is just doing such great work on Spider-Man that it's now inspiring all the other things that we do in Spider-Man. I mean, Dan Slott is at this point. We have been very, very blessed in the last 10 to 15 years of Spider-Man. We've been very, very blessed by having arguably two amazing creators who have driven the Spider-Man franchise, from Brian Bendis to Dan Slott, who have done remarkable work on this character. And I mean, just to have two guys who've done work of that caliber on one character in this time period, it's very, very rare. Very, very rare. So those guys have influenced this character, and I think you see it. The way you know that people have influenced a character is when you see it then bleed off into other media, right? Because I always consider, as we create stuff for Marvel, whether it's the big ticket items like our motion pictures or our television shows, and then our animated shows, I always consider publishing is the hub of the wheel. This is where everything gets created, and then it spokes out to all the other divisions. And all the other divisions look at the hub and then say, okay, you know what, that's cool. I'm going to take a little bit of that, take a little bit of that, take a little bit of that, and I'm going to make this. But it starts here. So when you see those ideas start to branch out into the other segments of our company, you know that the people that have created those ideas are doing something that's really iconic and classic. So, so you know, for years, you've seen like even with characters like Daredevil, right?
Right.
So much of this stuff has been pulled from either the early Stan Lee origins of the character, Bill Everett origins of the character, or the Frank Miller run, the Anacenti run, you know, or when John Romita Jr. was drawing the book. So many of those things influenced the character and because those were the classic, iconic stories. It's the same thing with Spider-Man right now. You'll notice that a lot of this stuff is pulled, obviously, from the Stan Lee era, some of the Jerry Conway era, and some other creators. But right now, it's Bendis and Slott who are influencing so much of what's going on.
I love that. I love that so much. I think we're just about to wrap up here, but please tell everybody how you can find you on social media, what to look forward to
You
in
know,
the next
I'm very easy.
48
I'm
hours.
just Joe Quesada on Twitter or Joe Quesada on Facebook, and you know, that's where I am. That's where where I'll be.
And everybody, check out the Cup of Joe panel. We're going to have live blogs of that on marvel.com/NYCC 2014 right here. Keep tweeting us. We'll be back with you very soon. I think we have Dan Slott coming up next.
Really?
So we're going to have a chance to talk all about
He owes me some money for
Spider-Verse.
this plug.
Yeah, right? Very nice of you. Stick around. We are, of course, brought to you by Marvel Contest of Champions from Kabam. Stick around for even more Marvel Live. See you soon, you guys.
Bye.